And the cost of loans will remain unchanged after the central bank retained the base lending rate at 10%. This is despite inflation hitting a 5-year high, and the regulator's Monetary Policy Committee said that the rate will be retained because there continues to be a stable forex market, a narrow current account deficit, and that the exchange reserves are an all-time high level, factors which continue to cushion the economy from unforeseen shocks. The committee also reports that loan applications have increased by 23.4% since August last year, when the interest capping law was implemented. And trade inhibitors in the region are about 78% resolved, and the East African community is confident of a speedy resolution of the remainder. Non-tariff barriers are some of the key issues which were raised in the recent gathering of East African manufacturers in Kigali, Rwanda. I attended the function, and here are some of the 12 key resolutions passed in the 3-day summit.
Rwanda's fast-paced growth and development has been attributed to sectors such as information communication technology, conference tourism and agriculture. Manufacturing is still in its takeoff, and a recent gathering of East African producers in Kigali could not have come at a better time.
I can't hide how I was extremely disturbed by learning at what speed the EAC intra-regional trade was declining.
That's right.
Intra-regional trade in East Africa has declined to an average of 20% in the last few years, meaning that regional countries are trading more with the outside world than with their neighbors.
Enough foods.
This has rendered manufacturers a worried lot, who have also seen a reduction in output.
All of us have put in tremendous effort and made our contribution to scale up the sector to meet our target of increasing the contribution of the manufacturing sector to the EAC GDP from 10% to 25% by 2032.
In the 3-day retreat, manufacturers resolved to tackle the challenges existing in doing business in East Africa.
To widen awareness and enforce standards compliance in all industrial businesses towards facilitating intra-EAC trade and trade in general.
Now you'll realize local manufacturers have not quite been involved in the participation of mega projects, but an issue of quality is what has been raised. So the EAC has been challenged to look at standardization of products and also look at boosting the quality of regional products.
This should be reflected in a strong government procurement system that ensures that government sources most of their supplies from local producers.
A lot more, especially a challenge from the Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister in Uganda, who actually challenged the manufacturers not to entirely look at the government for solutions, but also just look at how the private sector can partner with the East African community at large to ensure that this intra-EAC trade, and particularly the boosting of the manufacturing sector, is enabled.
This is the time for you to say, don't blame anybody. You have got enough brains to analyze your problems and be able to find solutions to them.
Key resolutions tabled in this gathering will be tabled before Ministerial Council before being forwarded to regional heads of state for adoption. Laban, NTV Business.
Government's tax proposal on the betting and gaming industry is set to come up again in Parliament tomorrow with amendments to the proposal. Last week, the House approved the 50% gambling tax as proposed by the National Treasury in this year's budget, but then voted to leave the betting industry out of the new tax. The gambling industry is currently being taxed 7.5% of the revenues, and the happenings in the House last week meant that while the new 50% tax will be implemented for the industry, betting firms will still pay 7.5%. Leader of Majority DUALE is expected to table a counter proposal which seeks to cast a blanket 35% tax on the entire industry, down from the initial 50%. So that and a lot more to look forward to tomorrow, but we leave it from here. My name is Laban. Stay tuned. We have a lot more lined up for you.